1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hi, we welcome you into a very special Veterans Day edition of the program. Glad you are with us. We're live from Strings, and man, we love being out here, and we appreciate our friends from the Nimnick family of dealerships. The perfect day for the Nimnick family of dealerships, because I promise you they're a patriotic group, to sponsor our Tuesday show. Nimnick Chevrolet is on Cassett Avenue right there at Park. Nimnick Buick GMC is on Phillips Highway. Wonderful car dealerships, wonderful people. I'm proud to have them as our Tuesday sponsors. We're live at Strings here at the beach. Our good friend Scott and Eve and all the folks at Strings, what a loyal sponsor they've been, not just to us, but to so many sports initiatives here in town. So this is the perfect place to do this. And I want to thank our friends from the Fire Watch and the Cohen Clinic as well. This is a special day. It's Veterans Day. We don't say thank you enough to our veterans. They protect our freedom. The life you have is because of people on that front line that mandate that you have it. Today's the day. We celebrated on Memorial Day when we celebrate the ones we no longer have. And today we get to celebrate all the veterans. So today, as part of that, you come to Strings here at Penman Road all day long. It's already started at lunchtime. It's going to continue through dinner time. You get lunch or dinner free if you are an active veteran or retired, active military or retired, all day long here. It's happened at lunch today. Good crowd there. It's going to be all night tonight. You get a barbecue sandwich, a side, and a beer or a drink of your choice. Compliments of the Cohen Clinic, compliments of Fire Watch, compliments of our friends at Strings, and we're humbled and proud to be part of it at 1010XL, and I mean that very sincerely. What veterans do for us, we don't say thank you enough, and that's not cliche, and I'm sorry if you think it is. We don't say thank you enough. They risk their lives. They're the real heroes. So today, we can't do much, but you get to eat free. So come on by and see us here at Strings. It's one of my favorite days of the year, it really is.
Yeah, without a doubt. Very well said. And, that's the bravery, the courage, and the sacrifice is it's inspiring, and it's incredible. And you're right. We have the freedoms that we have because of them. And so, hopefully people will come in and celebrate it, and happy Veterans Day. And we're certainly excited to be a small part of it.
Yeah, we really are. And we have the opportunity to do that, which makes me very happy to be part of this. And I've said that before. We are honored to be part of it. And have been. And I want to thank the Cohen Clinic. Alex Field is here from the Cohen Clinic. You're going to meet Alex in about 10 minutes. Nick Howland is here from Fire Watch. Typically, our friend Mike Fleming is here, but Mike is on assignment, so he is out of town. But Nick will be here. But the Cohen Clinic, the Fire Watch, and Strings, those partners have partnered on this Veterans Day promotion for years now. And again, we're a very small part of it, and we're proud to be. So come on by and see us. We're on Penman Road. You know how great Strings is. What an awesome place this is. And we'd love to have you come be part of our little get-together today, all the way to 6 o'clock. And then if you're not here by 6, you still come by and eat. If you're a veteran, active member of the military or former member of the military, you just tell them that, and you're eating free, and you're getting a beer free too. So I'd love to have you come on by. And we would be honored to see you and get to know you if you come by here and say hello. All right, another piece of bad news. Bad news with a good twist. I'm going to say this the right way. Travis Hunter gone for the year. That's the news that broke within the last hour or so. Travis Hunter has an LCL injury, a little lateral collateral movement or left. I don't even know what it means. It's an LCL. But it's not the ACL. It's not a PCL or an MCL. It's one of the ligaments in the knee. Our friend Kevin Kaplan will be with us tomorrow, and he can certainly explain it better than we can.
It's sort of the Ringo Starr ligament of the knee.
That's exactly right. You didn't lose the McCartney or Lennon. Well said. But they expect everything else is intact. The ACL is intact. A 6-week, and again, I'm just reading from the release, a 6-week recovery. The surgery was done by a doctor in Dallas and Kevin Kaplan. They both were involved in the surgery. There will be a 6-month recovery period, and then he should be ready for the OTAs next spring. The good news is they expect a very full recovery. If you have to, and I'm going to ask Cap to explain this better tomorrow when he's with us, but essentially if you had to injure your knee, if you had to have a knee injury, this one's the best one to have, right? This is one to have. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, barring something else, unrelated. But the bad news is Travis Hunter gone for the year. You had hoped when he went on the 4-week IR, man, we were hoping that he'd be back, and it turns out now he's not going to be back this year. So kind of bad feelings. You're not going to have Travis Hunter back. But I'm really glad it's not an ACL. I'm really glad that I'm hearing that they expected it'll be a while, but in time he'll be back. So kind of a bittersweet way to start the program. knowing that the draft pick you traded up to 2 to get, going after, you couldn't have worse luck than that if you're the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible break for the Jaguars. I mean, even if the knee injury isn't as significant as maybe it could have been, in the here and now, you're above 500. You're the 7th seed in the AFC, and you were hoping that you might have him available around Christmas for the final 2 games of the regular season and hopefully the tournament if the Jaguars can get there. And now for that to go away, I think is incredibly debilitating to their chances. I mean, in terms of the long term, and again, who knows? I mean, assuming it's what they say and it's a 6-month recovery, then certainly he should be fine for training camp and things like that. If it had been a torn ACL or ACL and other things, then you would have worried about, probably starting the season on PUP next year. That obviously jeopardizes how effective he could even be in his second season. So, yeah, at least for now, it seems like they've avoided that. But just I think a devastating injury for a team that has really no playmakers that are playing well, established play. They have some players playing well, but they don't have their stars aren't playing well.
Right.
And now to not have Travis Hunter for the rest of this campaign, I think it's incredibly devastating for the Jaguars.
Yes, you've now lost. You hoped he would be back after 4 games. Travis Hunter now gone for the year, and hopefully he comes back again. Hopefully he comes back healthy at some point, and will in 6 months, but no Travis Hunter this year. Now, so the effect it has on the Jaguars is now become, to your point, what now becomes of their receiving core. Remember, that's we boasted, all of us did, about the beauty of this pick is you get 2 positions, right? Well, the downside is if you lose a guy, you lose a guy at 2 positions, right? So this is what this means is the rest of the way, your cornerbacks are going to be some combination of Monteric Brown and Greg Newsome and Jordan Lewis and Jarian Jones. Those are your 4 that will play 3 spots. Your wide receivers now will certainly be Jacoby Myers, who's in the mix now. Parker Washington is playing very well. De'Ami Brown and Brian Thomas Jr., the last 2 of whom haven't affected the team as much as you would like. So point is, it's going to be a very interesting journey now to see. You got 8 games left. You got a good football team, or you wouldn't have 5 wins. It'll be very interesting to see the way they navigate all of this.
Yeah, I think, it's one of those things too that both those positions, corner and receiver, really could use help. Now, we knew Travis Hunter wasn't coming back Sunday, and we knew it was going to be a minimum, of some time. Liam Cohen, when he first announced the injury at a press conference, the vibes were very much like there's a chance he's not coming back.
Right.
And
I remember you saying that right after the presser.
Yeah, and so it's unfortunate that that's where it has gone. But yeah, I mean, look, to your point, you still have 8 games. What happens if you lose Jacoby Myers?
Right.
I mean, who just arrived. I mean, that's the state of this offense. A guy who hasn't been here a week is at the top of the list on please save us. And, you worry about further attrition at both the receiver and the cornerback positions. It's and you look at what they're getting out of their first draft class. Hunter, half a season gone. Caleb Ransaw never got started, out the whole year. Wyatt Milam, hurt in training camp. We've yet to see him.
That's a good point.
I
hadn't thought about that.
The draft class is just disintegrating in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think the reason, Hayes, I didn't find myself as devastated when I heard the news today, a lot of it, what you told me and others, I wasn't at the presser, that Liam Cohen, without implying it, his body language at the time suggested that he's gone for the year. Well, I because of that, my gut was he wasn't coming back. So when I heard the news today, it wasn't as if I had heard that out of nowhere Travis Etienne blew his knee and is gone. You know what I mean? There was a side of me that because of that conversation we had at the time, I had locked in my mind they're probably not going to have Travis Hunter. Now, again, there's no insight on that. I don't have a wink-wink tip on it because I don't think anybody knew. But I just, after that presser that you talked about and others did as well, I didn't. Let me put it this way. I would not have been surprised if he came back. I'm also not surprised that he's gone for the year. I guess based on all that. So anyway, Travis Hunter gone for the year. How that affects the Jags, we'll certainly talk about it throughout the course of the program today. I got all kind of fun stuff to do. Some college football stuff, maybe a little different twist on all this coaching stuff. We'll certainly talk about that. We'll talk about the importance, the significance of the Jags-Chargers game, something you talked about yesterday. We'll certainly get to that. But today's the day to celebrate veterans. Today's the day to help veterans, and we'll start that after the break. You'll get to meet Alex Field. Alex is from the Cohen Clinic, really involved in helping veterans. She'll explain exactly how. Later on, Nick Hallen joins us, who runs the Firewatch Project, all that coming up in a bit. We're live at Strings here at the beach on Penman Road, right kind of in between Beach and Atlantic. Come see us. You probably know where this is if you know the beach at all. If you're a veteran, you eat free. If you're a retired veteran, you eat free. Lunch, that means a barbecue sandwich, a side, and a drink. Compliments to the folks at Firewatch Cohen Clinic and our friends here at Strings. Alex Field joins us after this. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harold and Harold studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's a snapshot in time.
Unbelievable concentration.
But in the end, there's always a play that stood out.
And there's the biggest play of the day.
Listen for the performance painting high-performance play of the game on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
I'm Max Fink, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. I love Hello Smooth Med Spa, my go-to for skin health and beauty. Their biggest event of the year is November 19th, National Botox Day. Huge deals, local vendors, and it benefits Make-A-Wish. Don't miss it. Visit hellosmooth.com for more details.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open in World Golf Village with state-of-the-art technology that detects cancer fast and accurately. Same-day appointments are available where faster answers meet compassionate care. AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,700 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design help us get organized at home. They create custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and more. Closets by Design will transform clutter into seamless organization. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before the holidays and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. 18-month financing is available. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is Hayes Carline from my friend Holt at Harold and Harold. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get everything done. Then you get injured in an accident and you don't know what you're going to do. Let Harold and Harold make it easy for you.
Easy on becoming a client. You can just text or email if you want. Easy on finding a doctor and getting through the process. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harrell & Harrell and make it easy on yourself. Call them at 904-251-1111. That's 251-1111.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnik Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941.
And we welcome you back to the program. We thank our friends from the Nimnik family of dealerships, Nimnik Chevrolet, Nimnik Buick GMC. Frank Frangie, Hayes Carline on location with you live at Strings here at the beach on Penman Road. And it is a very special day on Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, and we celebrate all veterans. If you are active or retired military, you come in here and you eat for free. A barbecue sandwich, a side, and a drink of your choice. Compliments to the folks at the Strings, at the Firewatch Project, and at the Cohen Clinic. And with that said, we welcome in Alex Field, who is the clinic director for Cohen Clinic. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Great to see you. Thanks for coming by.
No, thank you for having me.
The Cohen Clinic is a neat deal. And for people, by the way, if you know the name, I'm going to connect this to sports. You know the name Cohen. It's Stephen Cohen, who owns the Mets.
Yes.
So he does a lot of good things in the sports world as well. But he also has created this way to help veterans. Alex, tell us a little bit about the Cohen Clinic and kind of what you guys do, the purpose you serve here.
Absolutely. So we serve veterans, active duty service members, National Guard, reservists, and any family member of any of those folks as well. We do individual, group, couples, and family therapy. So we serve those who have served.
Alex, how can a veteran or a loved one of a veteran reach out to the Cohen Clinic?
Absolutely. So if you go on the website coheninthecommunity.com, you can access our contact information and give us a call. Just all you need to do, you don't need a referral or anything. You can just call and get services with us.
Alex, tell me a little bit about some of those specific things you do. Give me an example or two of how you help a veteran's family, and the like.
Absolutely. So most of what we do is individual therapy. So for folks who experience anxiety, depression, PTSD, we would support them and do maybe cognitive processing therapy, EMDR, prolonged exposure, those sorts of therapies.
And your background,
yes,
it's what you've always done.
Mm-hmm.
You've been at the Cohen Clinic, I think you told me 3 years, but your whole career, tell us a little bit about that. You've been helping people get through mental issues, right? Is that said well?
Yes. Yeah, I've been working in the mental health field for about 13 years now with different populations and landed working with veterans and their families.
What have you seen when you first started dealing with veterans and their challenges, the challenges of the veterans who have defended our country and continue to when they try and reacclimate? We're going to talk to Nick Hallen, and we've certainly talked to our friend Mike Fleming often about what the Firewatch does. But from your standpoint with the Cohen Clinic, what do you see when you deal with veterans who are trying so hard to make it work?
Absolutely. So one of the most important times to work with a veteran is when they're transitioning out of the military. There is this loss of sense of identity because they've been in the military for years. There's a loss of potential income. There's a loss of camaraderie. So we are there to support those folks and help guide them through that. And we try to do that by breaking down some barriers that would keep someone from getting mental health services. So we can provide childcare, we can provide transportation to help somebody come and get services with us. We have a grant that covers if there's an inability to pay for any reason. So really there should be no reason that someone can't come and get mental health services with us.
How important is that partnership with Firewatch?
It's very important. We do some training with the Firewatch across the state to focus on suicide prevention.
Yeah, the fire, and Nick will speak to it when he joins us, but the amount of suicides among veterans is astounding.
Yes.
It's astonishing, and again, Nick will speak to that. Mike Fleming joins us and talks about it as well. As you continue to work in the field with members of the military, have you found that there's a success rate? Have you found, are there stories where you can say, gosh, we were able to help this family? Tell me a few of those. Give us kind of an idea.
Absolutely. So the first one that comes to mind is a gentleman he's probably about 60, and he had, since he got out of the military, had trouble leaving his home, had trouble going to the grocery store, had trouble being around large crowds of people. And through treatment, he was able to find a way to reacclimate himself into the community. He built relationships, and actually he had his grandson was a talker. So what he would do was he would bring his grandson out, and the grandson would actually initiate conversations with other folks and bring him into it.
So there was a reluctance for this gentleman. He just was uncomfortable in public.
Right.
That, I mean, it's more, there's more to it than that. It's not that simple, but the way it manifests itself, and you were able to, through therapy, help him find his way around public, in the public, right?
Yes. Yeah, so sometimes with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, you can find that folks avoid certain things, whether it's avoiding certain sounds, certain experiences, certain people, those sorts of things. So we were able to help him address that avoidance.
So many people have different ways they go about their day. How important is it for the Cohen Clinic to be able to kind of work with whatever schedule there is or anything like that to get the person the help they need?
Yeah, so we offer late night hours as well as throughout the week. We can offer times during the morning or later in the evening. We just try to accommodate as much as possible.
All right. So if I'm gonna read the website again in a minute. It's coheninthecommunity.com. But if you're hearing this, if you're a veteran that just hadn't gotten it right yet, and you know, and again, veterans are often young people.
Yes.
You know, they're often, we're not necessarily always talking about someone in their 60s or 70s. They're young people.
Right.
Their action step number one is to find the website and then reach out. What to expect for them? Expect a call back. Expect someone to sit down with them. If I'm a veteran struggling, and I engage, what should I expect?
Yeah, so when you first call, you'll speak to Peggy or Jen.
Okay.
And they will guide you through the process of setting up an intake, making sure that all your demographic information is collected so that you don't have to worry about that by the time you get to the clinic. They set up a time within 24 to 48 hours to get you in for an intake, and you're with a therapist within 2 weeks.
Wow, and then you start the process. Alex, you're providing a great service, and this is an important day for us. Why is it important to you to provide that service?
It's important to give back. These are folks who have given their lives, sacrificed so much. There are families that we've worked with that have been through all sorts of changes with deployments and all the above. It's just so important to make sure that those folks get support.
Make sure they're okay.
Yes.
You're exactly right. Alex Field, the clinic director for the Cohen Clinic. Once again, it's Cohen, C-O-H-E-N, inthecommunity.com. That's how it starts, coheninthecommunity.com. That'll direct you if you're a veteran that needs help, that thinks you might need help, that just hasn't quite figured it out yet, and things. Give them a try. You may be able to help, may not, but why would you not engage, right? I think that's the message, right? Why would you not give the Cohen Clinic a chance to help you?
Give it a try.
That's exactly right. Alex, congratulations, and thank you for all you do for our veterans. I mean it very sincerely. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
More in a moment from Strings on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Jacksonville Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
The World Poker Tour is here at Best Bet Jacksonville through November 18th. Now is your time to become a World Poker Tour champion with 14 poker tournaments, including the Best Bet Scramble, a $5,000 buy-in, no-limit hold'em main event with a $1 million guaranteed prize pool. Win your way in through satellites happening now. For the full World Poker Tour schedule and more information, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149. A 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Jacksonville homes are selling, but it can take months, and it takes a price lower than you want. Well, getting top price means aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive the demand to sell your home. And they have this unbelievable promise and guarantee. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. If you need to sell now, Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy are going to aggressively market your home, and they're going to get it. Anthony and Mary in Palm Coast said, we wanted to move back home closer to family. Getting max price was more important than a fast sell, but we had only purchased our home last year, so we didn't have much equity. After just 23 days of aggressive marketing with Chad and Sandy, they sold our house at the price we needed to make the move. Call the Jacksonville experts you can trust, and I recommend. Call Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or ChadAndSandy.com.
Tired of running out of hot water? It's probably time for a new water heater. Call Duck Duck Rooter, the plumbing pros who specialize in water heater installation and service, including tankless water heaters, gas or electric. Call us today for service. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
If you need a holiday gift idea, let Kuhn Flowers handle it for you. This is Frank Frangie with 1010XL. Simply go online to kuhnflowers.com and look at the wide variety of floral and plant arrangements that will make someone's day this holiday season.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
All right, we thank our friends from Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet is on Caston Avenue. Nimnik Buick GMC is located on Phillips Highway. Come on by and see us here. We're at Strings now. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. So people are already filing in here to watch that Florida State basketball game tonight. You'll have that on all these TVs here, I would imagine. And, again, if you are a veteran, either an active veteran or a retired veteran, if you have served in the military, today on Veterans Day, we are celebrating you. That means thanks to our friends at the Cohen Clinic and to our friends at the Firewatch Project, and, of course, the good folks, Scott Adib, and all the good folks here at Strings. You are going to get a sandwich and a side and a drink absolutely free, our way of saying thank you. And I mean a very sincere thank you to those who have made such a difference in so many lives, those in the military. So come on by here. We're proud to be here and happy to be here, and we'll be here till 6 o'clock and might even stay a little bit after that. So we'll be here. Come by and say hello at 6 o'clock or before 6 o'clock or even after. We hope you will. All right, the news of the day, Travis Hunter gone for the year. He was on the 4-week IR. As we knew, they announced today the Jaguars did that he had surgery yesterday on his LCL. That's one of the ligaments in the knee. It was performed by a doctor in Dallas and by Kevin Kaplan, the outstanding team surgeon. We'll hear from Cap on our show tomorrow. But what does it do to the Jags? We talked about the significance. Again, Hayes and I talked earlier. It didn't devastate me because there's a side of me that expected it. I think when they announced it, even though they said 4 weeks, Hayes made a great point. Liam Cohen seemed like he was concerned that might be the case. So it didn't devastate me when I heard it today because I thought that might be the case. But it bums us all out because you also thought he might come back. I mean, obviously you thought there was a chance he comes back, and it's the team that needs it. So we now know. Let's start with receivers. What is your expectation? Let me give you my expectation. I think, number one, they went and got Jacoby Myers to catch a lot of passes. So my guess is they're going to target him. My guess is they're going to target Parker Washington a lot. I am certainly not giving up on Brian Thomas Jr., but I probably would do what he does best, and that's let him go down the field and see if he can hit some over the top. The interesting thing about this, Hayes, if you don't protect, and that is a concern of mine, and I'd be lying if I said it, I think he's been harassed too much in these last 3-4 weeks. None of that matters. How confident are you that they can get the Travis Hunter or not, the passing game going? Because I know they're a running team, and I know they want to run the football. It's the NFL, bro. You got to get it down the field some.
Yeah, you got to be balanced, and I think it's going to be a struggle. Again, the big wild card is Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, this is a player who was capable of being third in the NFL in receiving yards over the course of a season. So when your ceiling is that high as a player, you keep hoping that he will find a form at least close to that. Because if he finds a form that's close to that in the second half of this season, okay, well, now you've got a pretty good player to build the passing attack around. Parker Washington's having a great year. And I think, anytime they want to throw the ball to Parker Washington, I think that makes sense. Jacoby Myers, I was really impressed by. He made a dazzling catch, converted, a couple third down situations, moved the chains, and obviously, he's not an explosive player. We know that. He's been in the league long enough. He's 29, just turned 29 Sunday. So we know what he is, but what he does will really benefit this offense is a guy that can keep drives going. And but you need Brian Thomas Jr. to be able to hit some of those real chunk plays. And so it all comes down to him. De'Ami Brown, I think the verdict's in. I think they've sort of realized that he's not what they'd hoped. And, that 1 year, $10 million deal is probably going to end up being a bad investment. De'Ami is a try-hard guy, and they've complimented his effort. But, they were shorthanded the other day, and he was playing in a rotation. He wasn't a starter out there. So I think as you look at it, and I don't get a sense that's an attitude thing. I think De'Ami's done everything that they asked. He's just not the player they were hoping that was getting ready to play his best football in Jacksonville after a hot postseason in Washington last year. So it all comes down to Brian Thomas Jr. If he picks it up, they can be a receiving core that can keep the ground game balanced and keep defenses off balance. If Brian Thomas Jr. is going to shy away from contact and is going to drop a third of the passes that are thrown his way, it's going to be a real struggle.
The other side of the ball is, and by the way, I don't disagree with a lot of that. I think he's the key, and I have not given up on him. De'Ami Brown, I was wrong about that, boy. I spent the whole offseason thinking this would be a breakout year for him, which I think they thought too, and it hasn't happened yet. Now I hold on to hope that there's 8 games left, Last week he was barely involved. I hope part of that was he was still coming off the concussion protocol. We'll see whether or not it was or not. but I hold out hope that with Jacoby Myers, who really can catch the football, Parker Washington, who catches the football, and Brian Thomas Jr., who certainly, you made the point, he was third in the league last year, and he's a great deep ball threat, and he's a great after-the-catch guy, and I hope they can get him back involved, and I trust that they will. So I feel good about the possibilities, at least, of what that can be. Here's the other thing. You also lose the guy that was probably your best cornerback, and in a league where, offense sometimes, last night we watched our second primetime game in the last week where the winner had 10 points. Now, that's unusual in the league. I'm not saying we expect a lot of 50-47 games, but you don't expect 10-7 and 10-3 games in the NFL, and they're almost becoming a bit of a routine, aren't they? So yeah, I think defensively, I'll say this. The guys they have playing cornerback have been pretty good. Greg Newsome looks like he's a decent player. He looks like he may not be a star player. I don't know that there's a drop-off between Tyson Campbell and I think they did okay in that trade. Jordan Lewis is a good player. Now, he's a better nickel than he is an outside guy. And Monteric Brown is not a bad player. Monteric Brown's a break-on-the-bell guy. Jarian Jones made a huge play to start the game and a big breakup later in the game. Now, he got called for a pass interference that I thought was shaky, but, again, I'm a homer. But all of it, what happens now with your defense, what happens now with your offense, all of it changes now or changed when you lost Travis Hunter. Having said all that, this game is so gigantic because despite what happened last week, and you made this point yesterday, despite what happened last week, if you go beat a good Chargers team, you're 6-4 with 7 to play. Okay, given first year in the regime, coming off a 4-win season, you get through 10 games and you win 6 of them, and you're already at 6. Bucky Brooks said it right yesterday. You got to try and get to 10. That's the number. Try and get to 10. Well, if you get to 6 with 7 of them left, I don't know, as devastated as we walked out of that stadium in Houston yesterday, Hayes, I'd feel pretty good. 6 wins in and 7 to play. That's how gigantic, and you made this point before I did, you made it yesterday, it's how gigantic this game against the Chargers is.
Yeah, and that's why fans really need to show up Sunday. I get it, you're mad, and you have every right to be mad. But you wanted the Chargers game in November to be meaningful. It is about as meaningful as a Week 11 game can be.
Well said.
Because if you do beat the Chargers, you have the tiebreaker over the Chargers and the Chiefs. And look, Denver may win the West. The Chiefs and Chargers could absolutely be in the wild card race if Denver can hold on here. Denver's got offensive issues as well, but they are an 8-2 club. They play the Chiefs in Mile High Sunday, and that'll obviously be a fantastic matchup. But the point for the Jaguars is if you can beat the Chargers, the teams that you're jockeying with for that wild card spot, which is right now where you've got to aim until the Colts start to fall back.
That's right.
They're on a bye this week, so you're not going to really be able to make up any real ground against the Colts. You get a half game if you beat the Chargers, but you've got to now be looking at the wild card race. And the Jaguars are, they're the 7th seed now. They don't need help. They just have to take care of business. And, it's going to be a big challenge. The Chargers have a fantastic array of weapons. Their Achilles heel is what Houston's Achilles heel is. Their offensive line is terrible. They have lost Rashawn Slater at left tackle. They have lost Joe Alt at right tackle, who then moved to left tackle. So, and you saw it against the Steelers. They can't protect Justin Herbert, but he is healthy, and he is an elite player. And he's got Ladd McConkey, and he's got Quentin Johnston, and he's got Keenan Allen, and he's got this young tight end, Oronde Gaston, who it looks like they might have, had a knee injury the other night, but looks like he might be able to play. Even if he doesn't play, they've got 3 receivers. They're all going to give the Jaguars secondary problems. So you've got to get to Herbert. And if Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker and company are going to be as ineffective as they were in Houston, it's going to be a long night. That's why the crowd has got to be loud, because you need those Chargers tackles giving away that split second because they can't hear Herbert. You need to be loud for the Jaguars. It will affect this game if the crowd is into it.
We'll take a break. Headlines are next. We're live from Strings. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's a coast-to-coast connection as the Lightning Bolts travel 2,400 miles from Southern California to North Florida, Santa Monica Pier to Jack's Beach. L.A. has Lightning Bolts, but Jacksonville has Jungle Thunder. Jaguars, Chargers. Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010XL.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Helmets and Heels calls on Jags former middle linebacker Tom McManus to elevate your afternoon.
He's the best. Guy's got it all.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL. Fought for you by Green Law Group, for the injured, fighting for you.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. I love Hello Smooth Med Spa, my go-to for skin health and beauty. Their biggest event of the year is November 19th, National Botox Day. Huge deals, local vendors, and it benefits Make-A-Wish. Don't miss it. Visit hellosmooth.com for more details.
Their sound-shaped music for generations to come. Toto, live. One special night with hit after hit. March 2nd at St. Augustine Amphitheater. On sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss an evening with Toto, live.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Hi, folks. Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we? I can't hear you. Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumber인jax.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Holt Harrell and his lovely wife Jessie tonight. We're going to a concert up the road at the renovated Ponte Vedra Hall. See the Wallflowers. That should be a lot of fun.
That'll be a fun night.
Yeah,
That'll be a really
looking
fun
forward
night.
to it. So give Harrell and Harrell a call at 251-1111. Hopefully you won't need them, but injuries happen, and if you do get hurt, that is who you need to put your trust into. Frank, we talked about the Travis Hunter surgery earlier in the show, but let's spin it forward a little bit. Again, Travis Hunter, surgery on his LCL, will miss the rest of the season. It's believed to be about a 6-month recovery, not the 9 to 12 months of an ACL. So let's now look forward. When Travis Hunter is healthy, are you changing the plan for Travis Hunter, or do you still like him as a two-way player?
I think they drafted him to play on both sides of the ball. I don't think that's going to change. They were still, and we had this talk every week. We had this talk before they played. In fairness to all of them, this is a new thing. No one's doing it. So you have to figure out what works. And I think they were still working through that. I got the impression it was about to become more offense than defense. Part of that might be the Brian Thomas Jr. struggles, but I thought that's where they were headed. I said this when they got him. I said this a week after they drafted him. I believed he would be a full-time offensive player, and he would play defense on get-off-the-field downs. So all the time on offense, defense when they third down, fourth down, red zone downs. I said that to you, I think, probably first week of May. Well, I still think that. I still think where they're going to land is offense most of the time and defense some of the time when they need him. But in fairness to them, they're still working through that. They're still trying to find out what works best, and I don't think they know that answer yet. So, but to your direct question, would the injury change that if it was me? No. It would still be my plan.
There was some tragic news in the NFL, and I meant to ask you about this yesterday, and we didn't get to it. Former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue died over the weekend. Tagliabue was 84. He was instrumental in Jacksonville getting the Jaguars. He was the commissioner when Jacksonville was awarded the club. What were your memories of Paul Tagliabue?
That probably because he wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid to push for Jacksonville when St. Louis couldn't get their ducks in a row and others weren't sure Jacksonville was big enough, mattered enough. He believed what Wayne Weaver told him, which was true. He believed that Jacksonville's passion for football was real, which has been proven true. And he wasn't afraid. Again, the owners made the decision, but the owners are guided by the commissioner, Hayes. And he wasn't afraid to guide those owners toward the fact that this is a good idea. So I'll always remember that. The other thing that comes to mind for me and continues to is one of the great things the NFL has done is, and one of the reasons it's surged ahead, number one, the sport, fantasy, different ways to relate to the sport, but it's had great leadership. Pete Rozelle was a great commissioner, maybe as good as there's ever been in sports. He was a great commissioner. And not long after that, Tagliabue followed suit. And Roger Goodell, say what you want. Roger Goodell, not everybody loves him, done some really good stuff. So for me, the great leadership, and he was right in the middle of all that.
Absolutely. Week 10 concluded last night with Philadelphia winning at Green Bay 10-7. Boy, if you love defensive football, it was a great night, but tough night for the offense.
And physical football.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was just there was some hitting in that game now. And we all watched it, and we all, I'm watching it thinking, man, this is a physical, that's what the game is supposed to be. That kind of hitting is what they're supposed to do in football. And yeah, it was wasn't much of an offensive game, but I'll tell you this, that defense travels. That defense, those teams win on the road like the Eagles did last night. And I think those teams are both going deep. There's some question about did Green Bay fall off a little bit because the Rams are so good and the Seahawks are so good and obviously the Eagles are so good. But I think the Packers are going to be just fine.
Let's get to college football. Florida interim coach Billy Gonzalez said yesterday that Tank Hawkins is the lone player that is requested to take a red shirt. Did you have any issue with Tank Hawkins saying, hey, I'm going to sit it out?
I really didn't for a number of reasons. Number one, that's your right. Your career matters. You're trying to play in the NFL, whatever. I'm not sure Tank Hawkins is an NFL player, but when you're in college at that level, you always believe you are. And I think the program let him down a little bit. The season is not one of significance. According to what Billy Gonzalez said, he was very honest about it. He didn't hide it. He didn't hide behind an injury. He didn't hide behind I think I'm more bothered when players, not that I'm saying everyone's doing this, but I'm more bothered when a player hides behind an injury. Tank went to his coach and said, listen, the way this is going, I'm not in your rotation. It's not like he was one of the starting three. That'd be different. He's not a guy that was going to play very much. He still believes he could be a good player. So let me save my year and have a chance at maybe the next guy that comes along, whether I transfer out or whether the new coach sees me a little differently. No, I had no problem at all. What about you? Did it bother you? It didn't bother me at all.
It didn't bother me. I'm actually surprised that he's the only one. Now, obviously, you're in the second half of the season. A lot of these guys have probably played the too many games to still take a red shirt. But yeah, I mean, the season's lost, and Hawkins, I guess, didn't redshirt last year, and probably should have. Barely played, so it makes sense. But yeah, I think if that's the only one, I do think it would it would be a good sign for the culture, because I'm sure there are some players that could still decide to take the red shirt. It'd be interesting to monitor as Florida plays out a disappointing season. Let's get to college basketball. The Gators host Florida State tonight at 7. Florida is a 17.5-point favorite. Todd Golden 3-0 against the Noles.
Yeah, but I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm looking forward to watching it. I will tell you, I don't know a lot about FSU's team. Luke Laux they're hoping they found their Todd Golden. I think that's the hope. So we'll see. We'll see how they play. But I'm looking forward to watching the game. I'll say this: Florida, of your 13 teams you're playing, Florida's schedule is Arizona, Duke, and UConn are blue bloods, man. Those are hard ones. Well, Arizona was supposed to be a neutral court, but it wasn't really. UConn's at home, Duke's at Cameron Indoor. But then they've got a lot of those mid-level games of FSU and Miami and TCU, and those aren't layups. Now, they have some layups. They have some group of five, but so he's testing them in this offseason. There's no question about that.
Let's get to the NBA. Shockingly, Frank, when you trade Luka Doncic, you might lose your job. And that's what's happened to the Dallas Mavericks general manager, Nico Harrison. He is out.
In what world is trading Luka a good idea? I don't follow the NBA closely, but JJ, you follow it closer than I do. In what world is trading Luka a good idea?
Different world than where you live in.
Yeah. I mean,
bizarro world.
What world is trading a young, great player?
I think the owner is getting not enough, crap from the media on this. I mean, he let this happen. Every trade has to go through the owner. We all know that. And so for him to just be like, well, it was all on Nico, I'm going to fire him. It's more than just. It's the whole organization. To me, was a failure for this.
But I can still remember. I was listening to. Remember the old Jim Rome show? I was remember the Jim Rome radio show, and he was an LA guy, and he and Piazza were buddies. When the Dodgers were going to trade Piazza, and I remember him screaming into the mic, "You don't trade a Hall of Famer." Must have said it 10 times in a row, and I felt that way here. I mean, I know. And regardless of who's responsible, if you fire this guy, you probably ought to. If you trade this guy, you ought to get fired.
And he has. We will get you out on our musical note of the day. Happy Veterans Day out there to all the veterans. To celebrate, here is Lee Greenwood's "God Bless the USA."
Well done.
Thank you.
One of my favorite patriotic songs and the most patriotic song. I agree with you. It's an important day today. It's Veterans Day. We are celebrating veterans here at Strings. We invite all veterans to come by here. Compliments of the Cohen Clinic and our friends at the Fire Watch and our friends at Strings. You eat for free. A sandwich, a side, and a beer or the drink of your choice if you come by today. Anytime today, anytime tonight. We don't say thank you enough to the veterans. And I'm honored to be able to do it, have a very special Veterans Day. To that end, after our break, my friend Nick Hallen's going to join us from the Fire Watch Project and tell you about more agency or another agency that's trying very hard to help veterans adjust in their life. Back in a moment. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Who gave that right to and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
A great drive takes more than a set of wheels.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Just one thing. Yeah. Don't push any of the buttons on that car.
On 1010XL.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosper here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Football season is here, and our hometown team isn't the only one ready to stack up the wins. At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, you score big every time you shop with us. Thousands of vehicles, no flags, no fumbles, just hassle-free car buying and big wins with lifetime warranties, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. Plus, our wow pricing lets you celebrate a touchdown of savings. Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi. We're here to wow you.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman.
We take you from the water to the woods. On the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
I know 2 brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tired of plumbers trying to sell you instead of help you? At Superior Plumbing and Pipeline, we do things differently. We hire real plumbers, not salesmen, and we never pay commission. That means no upselling, no pressure, and no unnecessary repairs. Just honest, expert work at a fair price. So the next time you need a plumber you can trust, make the superior choice and call Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, where quality comes first and honesty is standard. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. No commissions, just solutions. Learn more at SuperiorPlumbingJacks.com.
Jacksonville, hunting season is here, and nobody gears you up like Green Acres Sporting Goods, home of the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida. They've got everything for all seasons: archery, black powder, and general gun season. Green Acres is a fully stocked Browning dealer with ammo, accessories, and safes. Don't miss out on Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday, happening now through the end of the year. Gear up today at greenacresporting.com.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campion, Campion Law.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Intersport. 1010XL is still inviting all members of the military, whether active or retired, to String Sports Brewery in Jacksonville Beach for a free lunch or dinner, compliments of the Fire Watch Project. You can also join the Frangie Show as they are still broadcasting live from String Sports Brewery for the next hour. Right now, 52 degrees at 5 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
And we welcome you back. We thank our friends from the Nimnick family of dealerships. Nimnick Chevrolet is on Cassett Avenue. Nimnick Buick GMC is located on Phillips Highway. We're live at Strings, a very special Veterans Day. We do this every Veterans Day. We've done it at the Strings downtown before. Today we're at the Strings Penman Road location here at the beach. Every veteran, whether you're active, retired, if you're a member of the military, you come and eat free here, and we would love to have you come on by and see the folks here. We'd love to have you eat free, a sandwich, a side, and a drink. Compliments of the folks at Strings, compliments of the Cohen Clinic, and, of course, as always, compliments of our friend at the Firewatch Project, which enables me to welcome in Nick Hallen, who's the executive director, my buddy Nick. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Frank Hayes. Really appreciate it. This is now like a Veterans Day tradition.
It is, but Fleming's not here. That's the thing. What is it? And Fleming's on assignment. I mean, Fleming's killing him missing this, by the way. You know that, don't you?
His influence is always here.
It really is. What you guys do is phenomenal. And I've explained to people many times, Nick, as best I can. You and Mike explain it way better than we do. But the amount of veteran suicides that we deal with every day still astonishes me. The number was 22, I suppose.
Yep.
Suppose it still is 22 veteran suicides a day.
Yep.
People that have defended our country. And that's really the genesis of why you guys exist, isn't it?
Yeah, we lose over 6,000 U.S. military veterans to suicide every year across the country. In the state of Florida, it's about 600. And here in the Northeast Florida area, it's anywhere from 70 to 80 per year. And when you put that in perspective, here's a real important fact. We're losing veterans at a rate more than 1.5 times that of civilians to suicide. It's rough. And but a number of veteran advocates in town got together in 2019 and said, we want to do something about this. And there had been lots of efforts put into treatment. In fact, the VA had put in lots of efforts into mental health, billions more each year. But no one was talking about prevention. So the Firewatch was founded on the belief that we can end veteran suicide by preventing it. Really 3 core beliefs. 1, that it's preventable. 2, that if we can get veterans the help they need before they slip into crisis, we can end it. And 3, the most important one, and this is the influence of General Fleming coming out, it takes the broader community to make an effort and to play a role. In other words, we're not just doing what so many other veteran service organizations do, veterans helping veterans. We're targeting the broader community, civilians, your fellow church members, your neighbors, your friends, your family members, to try to learn the warning signs of veterans in crisis and get those veterans to the help they need. The program that we built to do that, based on CPR, is called the Watchstander program.
And Mike has talked so much about us, and Mike and I, Mike's brother and I are very good friends, and Mike has become a great friend of our program. And this is a big deal to him, involving the community, involving your neighbor, involving people you can help. And I know if Mike was here right now, he'd be saying exactly what you just said. But the Watchstander program is a big deal. Tell us what it means, how you can become a Watchstander, and what Watchstanders do.
Well, if General Fleming, Mike Fleming, were here, he would say that what the Watchstander program does is it engages the other 90%, the 90% of America who hasn't served, gives them something to do in the fight to end veteran suicide. So the Watchstander program is basically a 30 to 40 minute training based on CPR You can do it online or you can do it in person. And we teach you how to recognize those signs, how to ask the veteran if they're thinking of hurting himself or herself, and then how to get the veteran to the appropriate help fast. No different than CPR, which teaches you the very basic signs so you can recognize them quick and then call for help quick. Because just like in CPR, we believe if you can get someone the help before they slip into crisis or far upstream, that we can prevent veteran suicide and therefore end it. Anyone can take the training at thefirewatch.org. And Frank, one thing that I am so thankful that you had me on the show today. One thing I want to talk about is we started the Watchstander program, Mike Fleming and I, Rory Diamond, some other veteran advocates in town, 5 years ago in early 2020. Well, we have just now, in the last several weeks, reached 10,000 people trained as watchstanders around the state of Florida.
That's great.
It's a huge milestone for us. And even though it started here in Northeast Florida, this isn't the only place we've trained. Tampa Bay, Southeast Florida, the Panhandle, the Space Coast, the kind of about 4,000 of the watchstanders are here in Northeast Florida because it's where we started. But this is spread all across the state. And what's more, it's spread. We have built that network in those places that I mentioned where the risk of veteran suicide is highest. It's kind of like CPR, focusing the training where more, people are more likely to suffer from heart attacks or stroke because they want people who have taken the CPR training to engage early. We want people who've taken the watchstander training to engage where the veterans are at most risk of suicide, and we know it by Florida Department of Health data where that's happening.
And to Nick's point, it's very easy to go through. It doesn't take a lot of time at all, and it really breaks down, I think, there's a little bit of an intimidation when you're a civilian talking to a veteran.
Yeah.
And it really helps you go about how to do that.
Yep.
And it's really outstanding.
Well, actually, here at Strings, I have our regional programs director, Derek Collins, who's a Marine and a Marine vet, with me. And I see so many veterans are starting to fill in here at Strings, coming for the free beer and the free sandwich, which is wonderful. But one of the really interesting things that Derek always talks about is he says veterans are not trained to ask for help. But if offered help, they'll take it. And he always tells this story. And I see Derek in the background. If I get it wrong, wave at me. But he always tells the story when he was in basic training at I think Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, and his squad had to go meet the company somewhere across on the other side of the camp. So in the middle of the summer, it's all hot and humid, and they're hiking over there. And another squad comes up in a Jeep, and they see it go by. And they kind of look at it forlornly like, oh, man, I wish we could get a ride to the company meeting. The Jeep stops, pulls back, and someone yells out the window, hey, Marines, you want a ride? And all the squad mates look to the squad leader, questioningly and hopingly, and the squad leader says, Marines don't ask for help, but if they're offered help, they take it.
It's a great story.
And that's what the Fire Watch is all about. We are trying to build a network of people who are there to offer help to a veteran when they're at risk.
All right, Nick, so and I ask Mike this on a regular basis, but for people that haven't listened every time we do this, people are hearing this. They want to help.
Yep.
I'm hearing Nick. I want to help Nick. I want to help. I want to help General Fleming if he was here. What do I do? What's my first step to help the cause?
Well, the first thing you would do is you go to thefirewatch.org and go ahead and click on Take the Watchstander Training. I mentioned it before. It's absolutely free. It's short. It's 30 to 40 minutes. And I keep making the CPR parallel. And the reason I'm doing that is because CPR over time, when it launched in the 1970s, has gotten simpler and easier. When I took it in 1989 to be a lifeguard, it was 2 days at the YMCA and everything like that. Now you can take it in about 40 minutes online, and you learn to do compressions.
Right.
Why? Because they want to eliminate the barrier of cost, eliminate the barrier of time, and train as many people as they can. Because most of the interventions are happening when they're far upstream, before someone needs those compressions. They're happening when they recognize it's time for you to go get your cholesterol checked or something. That's why CPR has gotten simpler and more upstream. That's what our Watchstander program does. It's 30 to 40 minutes. Anyone can take it. Thefirewatch.org. It's all free, and we invite you to be part of the Watchstander network.
And businesses can get involved as well and have their business be kind of acute and aware of the Fire Watch.
Absolutely. In fact, we have just reached another milestone. Over 200 businesses, many here in Northeast Florida, have trained their employees. We have a program called the Veteran Safe Place Program, VSP. If you train 50 of your employees, or 50%, whichever's less, we'll make you a veteran safe place. And that means we do some social media about you. We put a sticker in your door. And that also means you care about veterans. You care enough about veterans that you've trained your staff to be able to recognize those signs of, you might have other veteran employees. Actually, there's a very famous company in town that has achieved veteran safe place status, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and there's so many. Trailer Bridge, FIS, PGA Tour. A lot of organizations have stepped off the sidelines to join our fight to end veteran suicide.
That is really great, and you know what? They're certainly our partners too. So we're fond of those same groups. As we close here, are you seeing progress, Nick? Are you seeing progress in the veteran community and the difference you're making with some veterans, their families, and the like?
I promise I didn't write that question down and slide it in front of Frank.
He didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
we since 2019, when the Fire Watch started, I mentioned we launched the Watchstander program in early 2020. Across the United States, veteran suicides over that period are down 1%.
Wow.
Across the state of Florida, they're down 5%. Here in Northeast Florida, where I mentioned before the largest proportion of our watchstanders are, veteran suicides over that period are down 25%.
Wow.
We
Really?
are making a difference. It's not the Fire Watch, because our watchstanders are getting veterans the help they need. That's part of it, but it's all those wonderful services and help, whether it's the Cohen Clinic, which you had on earlier, Northeast Florida Women Veterans, Canines for Warriors, the VA, all these wonderful organizations doing direct services that are reducing the suicidality of veterans. We have just built a network of people out there who care about them and get them to that help that they need.
Final question. And I appreciate your enthusiasm. I can feel it coming out of your pores here, and I mean that very sincerely. Mike's like that too. Alex was like that earlier. It's really important to you to help these people. Are you seeing that people want to help people? Because I think you are. I mean, you just went through the companies. I mean, you're seeing that sometimes people just need help and knowing how to help, right?
Exactly.
Are you seeing that a lot?
And we have given folks who want to help a way to help.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Go to thefirewatch.org and take the training, and you can join the fight to end veteran suicide.
Nick, I appreciate you. I appreciate Mike. I appreciate Alex and how much you're trying to help other people. Thanks for coming by. I mean that very sincerely.
Thank you very much.
And without the Fire Watch, we wouldn't have this promotion we have today. We have it all day, all night. Come to Strings on Penman Road. If you're a veteran, active or retired, eat free, a sandwich, a side, and a drink. Compliments of Strings, the Fire Watch, and the Cohen Clinic. Back in a moment, talk SEC football with Jeff Dantzler. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Post-game Monday is like digesting a huge day of football. Let's do this. Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day.
It's not great. It's fantastic.
Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Post-game Monday.
So delicious.
On 1010XL.
Business owners, are you tired of getting the runaround from your plumbing or AC vendors? Fire them now and call Duck Duck Rooter. Duck Duck Rooter is the trusted partner for some of the largest commercial companies in Northeast Florida. From a professional accounting office that makes contracts and invoicing seamless to highly skilled field technicians who fix the problems fast, they handle it all. Make the smart move today with Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here, and the cooler weather is upon us. Folks, it's the perfect time to try the new breakfast sandwich from Dandy Foods. A hearty one, too. A twin-pack cinnamon swirl and country sausage. You get the sweet first, then the salty kicks in, and trust me, they are addicting. And you'll find them all at daily stores around town. So the next time you're out and about, stop and get all that deliciousness in less than a minute from Dandy. Just one more reason to go out and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
It's the Gator Podcast Channel with Frank Frangie and me, Dan Hicken, on all things Gators. Hacker and Denny Thompson have Gator Bites, and you can find them wherever you find podcasts or at 1010XL.com. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Andersen. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the Farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkestone. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
I'm Holt Harrell. Generations of Harrells have served in the military. We understand the sacrifices that veterans and their families have made. Please join us this Veterans Day in honoring our servicemen and women. I'm Holt Harrell with Harrell & Harrell. As we stay committed to the Northeast Florida community, it seems like other law firms want to take over the world. In a world of law factories, choose a law firm with a name you know, a name you trust. Harrell & Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to american-electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Pork, chicken, brisket. Sometimes the best choice is not having to make one. That's why we're bringing back originals like our Sunny Sampler and Pork 3 Ways. Get your favorite proteins, 2 sides, and bread, starting at just $16.99. A little bit of everything, a whole lot of value. That's why it's always Sunny's here. Sunny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Time now for the SEC update with Jeff Dantzler from the Bulldog Radio Network and the Superstations. Presented by Underwood Jewelers. Here's Frank and Jeff.
All right, we welcome you back. We're live here at Strings one more time. Come in here if you're an active member of the military or even a retired member. Everybody eats free today. A sandwich, side, and a drink. Compliments of Strings, the Firewatch, and the Cohen Clinic as we want to celebrate Veterans Day the right way. So come on in here. We'd love to see you. We'd love to say hello if you make your way on by here. Jeff Dantzler joins me, one of my good buddies from the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network. Jeff, it's getting down crunch time, and I tell you, I'm going to start big picture here. We may have 6 SEC teams in this playoff. It's been an NFL-like season in the SEC, hasn't it?
I think we started talking about this in September. You could kind of see the way it was playing out, and I was thinking, is half this league going to be sitting there at 9-3, and these next 3 weeks, it's going to be a lot of fun unless you got a dog in the fight. Then it's going to be really nervy in those games you're playing in, but just the number of close games in the conference, the fact that there are no easy outs, it's just absolutely astounding. And then you throw in the coaching carousel as well. Plenty of drama for us to talk about.
What do you make of the LSU thing, that LSU now is trying to fire Brian Kelly with cause? They're saying, we didn't really fire you a couple weeks ago, so we're going to fire you now and notify you. Boy, that thing seems like a mess, doesn't it?
Well, it surely does. And I've said here in Georgia, we're so lucky. Governor Kemp is a huge Georgia football fan. We've got a great president, Jerry Moorhead, a great AD in Josh Brooks and Kirby. And I said, boy, what LSU wouldn't give to be in this situation right now. And, in fact, when the stuff broke in Louisiana with the governor coming getting involved with it, Governor Kemp just put out a tweet that just said, Kirby Smart appreciation tweet. So it is hey, we all know Louisiana politics, Huey Long and Edwin Edwards. I think they've gotten another chapter here with this thing.
Boy, no question about it. Let's start at the top here. You and I both agree that maybe A&M looks as good as anybody. A&M, Jeff, I think they look better every week, don't they? I mean, they went to Missouri, who has a pretty good team, and it was a mismatch, man. Boy, that A&M team's really good, aren't they?
They really are. I think the last 2 quarters they played at LSU, and let's face it, Frank, they could have been up 2 touchdowns at halftime in Baton Rouge. They were down by 4 points, didn't faze them at all. And what they did at Missouri, these last 6 quarters, to me, they've separated themselves. I mean, they're the team you don't want to play. They're explosive. They could score with the run. They could score on the pass. They could score on long drives with big plays. We all know defense is different now, but they've got the defensive front that they could generate negative yardage plays and get the other guy behind the chains. They look like the best team to me right now. I think not just in the SEC, but in all of college football.
Meanwhile, Ole Miss has only lost in Athens. A lot of people lose in Athens. I got to tell you, I couldn't buy it because they're Ole Miss. I like you. I'm an old school guy, and they're not a blue blood. But I'm coming around now. Ole Miss, he's a really good coach. Obviously, many people think I'm among those that he'll be the Florida coach by next year. But for the here and now, he's the Ole Miss coach. Boy, Jeff, they're really good, too. I mean, I'm more impressed with Ole Miss every week.
I am, too. And here's the thing with Ole Miss. They can score. When you think about them last year, Frank, they went 10-3. They blew out Georgia and Oxford. I mean, they blew our doors off out there. They had 3 close games. They lost them all. This year they won some close games. They lost the tight game in Athens, and it was a great, great game. And I think now, if you go in at 11-1, to me, that's awesome. You think about Oregon going 12-0, then winning the Big Ten last year. The odds of going 16-0, it's just slim. And I thought they were one of the teams that could have beaten Ohio State last year because they could score with them. So I absolutely agree with you. They are in play with a great, great offense. And I know you want him there, but you know how much I love Georgia, and I went through those 2 decades of misery. I think you look better than Oxford, Frank. I think you look a lot better than Oxford.
I get it. And I respect that. And I respect that opinion. I truly do. Let me ask you about a football player. We've talked about teams. We'll continue to talk about teams. You know who's a dang good football player is freaking Gunnar Stockton. He is a good player. Yeah. So I had him at the SEC Media Days. He's got the receding hairline. He looks like a 34-year-old accountant. Okay, he was the nicest kid in the world. I didn't know what to think of him as a player. Real neat kid, real nice kid. And I told Kirby that when we had him on. He was kind of laughing, and he's a good player. I mean, he is. I mean, obviously he's athletic, so he can make things happen with his feet. But he's a gamer. See, Stetson Bennett, people underestimated how good his arm was. Stetson Bennett had a big-time arm. People thought because he was 5'11", that he was just your typical Georgia quarterback that was a gamer, but wasn't a great. He had a big-time arm. I didn't know that Gunnar Stockton does, and I don't know that his arm's as good as Stetson's was. But, boy, he's a good player. Is he better than you thought he'd be, or is he about what you thought?
He's been on our radar for a long time. I had a kid who was a graduate assistant basketball coach from up in Rabun County, and that's in the mountains, by the way.
Yeah.
Tell me about him when he was in 8th grade. When he was in 10th grade, he had already counted for 100 touchdowns, and the Atlanta paper did a story on him, and they asked him what he wanted for Christmas. And he said, well, we don't get very good cell phone reception up here, so I want some cattle and a CB radio. And we immediately go, that's our guy. We have got to get this guy. And as Kirby says, we talk every week, Frank, he's been born to be Georgia's quarterback. He's been training for this his whole life. The mechanics aren't perfect. Not everything's perfect. But the kid is an absolute winner. He's got the game awareness. And you've met him. He's just an awesome, awesome kid.
Yeah, he's a really nice kid. I agree with you, and I think that, and I'm very impressed with him. All right, I want to get to some ball games because we got some interesting ones coming up this week. I'll get to the big ones at the end, but let me start with some others. South Carolina at Texas A&M. What happened to South Carolina? Everybody had high hopes for them. That's been a disaster of a season. You and I probably both agree A&M's going to roll them. What went wrong with South Carolina, Jeff, in your opinion?
It's expectations at South Carolina, Frank. You know, when Georgia used to play them early every year, you'd catch them and they were still hot. I always thought Florida and Tennessee had an advantage playing them late, but back in the old days, back in the 90s, because reality would set in. But you look at that program, they had one 10-win season until Steve Spurrier arrived. They surprised people last year. They had expectations. Things started going south, and they basically just became South Carolina again. I mean, I think this thing could get ugly, and then you start wondering, is Shane Beamer going to parachute out to Virginia Tech?
You got to wonder. You do have to wonder. We'll see. Arkansas plays at LSU. That's the fired coach versus the fired coach. Who wins the game? The LSU win, or does anybody pay attention?
LSU's got better defense. Frank, I watched part of that LSU-Bama game until sometimes just seeing Bama being Bama, and when the offensive line caught the deflected pass, I pulled an Elvis when Bob Goulet would come on television. I just shot the TV and went inside and started watching something else. But I guess LSU's defense will be better. But if I'm an LSU fan, watching what they did, the penalties, the red zone malfunctions, it's just astounding how inept they are on offense with all the talent they have.
7 o'clock Eastern on Saturday night, Florida plays at Ole Miss. What a weird game that's going to be. Florida looked like they quit for the first time, even since Napier got the job last week. Kentucky's not very good, really rolled them. I feel for Billy Gonzalez. It was just a mess. They benched DJ Lagway. My guess is both quarterbacks play this week. But, gosh, Jeff, what a weird setting. The guy that may or may not be the next Florida coach. He may not be, but he might be. And coaching against them, he has not refuted any of it. He has done. I think Kiffin's done a good job of staying away from it as best he can without lying. You know what I mean? It's just an awkward feeling game, isn't it? Don't you sense that?
Well, it certainly is. It's kind of like you're going to divorce court here, and the attorney's about to marry your wife when the papers are finished. And,
It is.
Yeah, and I agree with you with Florida. I just think that Georgia game just took a lot of steam out of the engine there because they were so close to winning and pulling that upset. The astounding thing to me, Frank, when you think about this, and I know how good Florida's going to be because they got players. I mean, Kirby's raving about it. And especially if Kiffin goes there, like it is a quick fix. But Frank, just big picture, talk about things I never thought I'd see through Spurrier and Meyer. This is going to be, if they lose Saturday, in the last 13 years, 6 losing seasons.
Amazing.
That is just unbelievable to me. And I know for the Florida fan base, with what they've done, going back to 1990, it's just got to be mind-boggling. You never thought you'd see anything like that.
Well, I can tell you this. Growing up a Florida fan, as I did, it was the only school I applied to. It was the only school I was going to go to. I went there. I graduated from there, and I've been following them before and after. And people make a good point about Florida. Until 1990, Florida had never won anything. Then Spurrier got there, and then for the next 21 years, they won everything, right? And then they got to where they're struggling again. So it was really a 21. But even before 90, it wasn't like this. There were an awful lot of those 7-4s and 7-5s and 8-4s, but it wasn't this. This is the lowest point in the program in my lifetime, Jeff. This is the lowest point of the program's history. I'm like you. I'm astounded it's like this. I really am.
Well, and the thing is, obviously, they had Spurrier had great success as a player there in the 60s, and like you said, they'd pull an 8-3. They had some of those years in the 70s. They had the 3-year run from 83 to 85 when they were great. Bear Bryant always said, Florida is the team. If they ever get the coach, they're going to be the team to beat. But they've just run through so many guys, and it's just, like you say, I'm stunned that they're going to be back real good real soon. I will tell Florida fans that. And if Kiffin takes the job, it will be a very quick fix.
Yeah, I think the same thing. 2 really good games this week, Jeff. The 3:30 game, Oklahoma at Alabama. Oklahoma beat them last year when they weren't having a very good season. So a little bit of a revenge game. What happens in Tuscaloosa?
Well, it's just hard to pick against Alabama at Bryant-Denny, isn't it? I mean, it's one of those things, too. And I'm jaded from some tough losses. It's like an old buddy of mine who was a huge Sixers fan. He said you used to have to beat the Celtics by 10 to win by 1. Right. I feel like you got to beat Alabama by 2 touchdowns to win by 1 point. I think Ty Simpson's really, really good. So I would lean Alabama here, but I think Oklahoma's got a lot of talent, and the quarterback gives them a shot. But Frank, you got to pick Bama at home here, don't you?
Yeah, I like Bama too. I think you're exactly right, and I don't sense it's super close. I don't think Alabama blows them out. But I got a hunch I don't think we're on the edge of our seats with 6 minutes left in the game, so we'll see what happens. The game of the week is obviously Texas coming to Sanford Stadium. I think this is a heck of a game, Jeff. I think Georgia will win because I think Georgia's got the best team in the country. I've said that to you many times. But I think this is Texas's survival game. It has been a disappointing season based on the expectations. It's been a disappointing season for Sark, a disappointing game for Arch. This is the one time with the whole world watching, with Fowler and Herbstreit on the call, that the whole world's paying attention to this one. Ooh, I think this is going to be one heck of a game in Sanford Stadium. I really do. What do you think?
I sure do, too. And Texas had last week off, and they're one of those teams that reminds me. One year Tiger was in the match play, and a guy had him down like 3 with about 5 holes to go and didn't finish him off, and Tiger wound up winning the whole thing. You know, Kentucky didn't finish them off. State didn't finish them off. And here they are, still alive. And they could be in a spot, even if they split with Georgia at A&M, to maybe get in with 3, because remember they had that loss to Ohio State as well. I lean dogs here, but very, very close. That Texas defense is awfully, awfully good. They got players all over the field. I think Sark is really good. But in the end, I just think Kirby and maybe a little bit of Stanford magic, and Georgia wins a very, very, very close, great football game.
Yeah, and I really do think it's this game. And I've believed this all along. Georgia Tech's had a nice season. Okay, they really have. Give Brent Key credit, but they've had a nice season. But they can't beat Georgia, in my opinion. The game's in Athens. In my opinion, I don't think they can beat them. I didn't think Florida could beat them. Give Florida credit. They played them awfully tough. This is the one team, other than Alabama, that, Jeff, I think could beat Georgia. You know that? This is the one. I don't think they're going to, but this is the one team, if you go 1 through 12 in their schedule, it's easy to say now because they've won all the games. I get that. But isn't this the one team that has the personnel that if Georgia plays badly can win the game?
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's one of those situations. I think if they both play good, Texas can still win.
Yeah.
And usually you'll look at your team, like when Florida was great, you'd say, hey, obviously if we play bad and they play good, we could lose. But with Meyer and Spurrier, it was, hey, if Florida plays good, they're going to win the game. But I agree with you. With Texas and Alabama, they're the teams that if they both play good, the other guy's got a shot. And I sure hope you're right about Tech, because I do want to put up a Christmas tree this year. And by the way, we've won 7 in a row against the enemy. And I'm not looking ahead, but I think about this game every day of the year. They beat us 8 straight from 49 to 56. Thank God I wasn't alive then. This is the 3rd time we've been sitting at 7. So let's just say I'm going to be a cat on a hot tin roof the week of that Tech game. But we got Texas first.
We'll have some fun that week, but I don't think they can beat them. But I think this is one heck of a game. I think Georgia wins a narrow one. Jeff Danzler checking in, talking SEC football. Does a great job from the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network. Thank you, Jeff.
Frank, you are the best. Great job. I was listening to you the whole 4th quarter. I'm so sorry about Sunday, but you were superb, my friend.
Thanks,
you
brother.
were
I appreciate
awesome,
it.
but I'm sorry. That was a heartbreaker, man.
That was a tough one. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that, and that was a tough one for sure. Jeff Danzler talking SEC football with us. We'll take a break. More in a moment. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harold and Harold studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The good guys needed a huge score to extend their lead in the Lone Star State, and their quarterback would lead the charge. Trevor Lawrence led the team on an 11-play, 58-yard drive, capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown, giving Jacksonville a 29-10 lead with 1:33 left in the period. The 5-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
This is Jennifer Marion at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville, and now's the time to drive away in luxury.
That's right, Jennifer. The $7,500 tax credit ends this month. It's your last month to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They are all in stock and ready to drive today.
See all of our inventory at Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.com or visit us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
Frank Frangie here from my friend and insurance agent, Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 940-9740.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Frank Frangie here from my bank, South State Bank. South State has been committed to delivering world-class customer service that businesses like yours and mine can count on. From personalized support to cutting-edge banking solutions, South State Bank has blended the trusted traditions we all value with the innovation you need for tomorrow. Whether you're managing cash flow or investing in growth, South State Bank is here to help you move forward. Visit southstatebank.com or visit your local branch today. That's South State, member FDIC.
Garrett Scantling here, and once again, thanks to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. My torn hip labrum issue is resolved thanks to Dr. Doward, and Dr. Acevedo keeps my feet healthy too. Training and competing, that's what it's all about for me. And Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has me in top condition.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hi, it's Frank Frangie. You hear my buddies Dan and Jeff talk about that great food at Daly's Dash all the time. Jeff loves that Duval, and Dan loves the Boss. And they're right, both are terrific. But I can tell you they have so many excellent options at Daly's Dash. Salads and flatbreads and tacos and quesadillas, you name it. And of course, those fantastic subs and sandwiches. I just had the Italian sub. It is so good. The thing is, Daly's Dash is really committed to their food and committed to making it perfect for you. Everything is fresh, made to order every time. And there's so many Daly's locations in town, no matter where you are, there's one near you. I love to pop in and grab a sub at lunch, or maybe after a round of golf, or maybe even after calling one of those Jags games. There's never a bad time to stop into Daly's Dash and grab that great food. So head there today. Take it from Dan and Jeff, or take it from me. They say it's nicer here. It really is. And the food is delicious. Head to Daly's Dash today.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
Duval Fence is looking for the best in fence installers. Check out DuvalFence.com right now and fence in a great job opportunity. From estimates to installers, they're looking for you right now. Log on to DuvalFence.com for all the details. Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, today on the program, we've had a good show today. We are live here at Strings, inviting veterans, active and retired military to come eat free, a sandwich, a side, and a drink of your choice. And, man, a lot of the veterans have come in and done that. We're so happy about that. And we do want to thank our friends from the Fire Watch and from the Cohen Clinic, Alex Field, the clinic director from the Cohen Clinic, and, of course, my friend Nick Howland, who is the executive director of the Fire Watch, came in. They both did a terrific job. We missed our friend Brigadier General Mike Fleming. Mike is in Kansas listening, by the way, he told me. He was listening in, so thank you for that, Mike. And Mike's one of the all-time good dudes. And all of those folks together helping veterans that are going through a difficult time, and I appreciate that. We appreciate that they're doing that. We appreciate that they've done that, and it means a lot. So thank you to everyone that's been a part of this. So we also, the news of the day, Travis Hunter, gone for the year now. We have now found that out. He had surgery, LCL surgery. Sorry to hear that. I'm not shocked. We got the impression at the time that there was a chance he wouldn't come back. I was hopeful. But he is now gone for the year, and so certainly that is disappointing from the standpoint of the Jaguars. We talked some Florida FSU as well. I got a point I haven't even gotten to yet, but I'm certainly going to make this point coming up in a bit. But that's where we've been over the course of the program today. The Kiffin update. I think we now know they've talked. I think do you think it's safe to say it's widely known now that Florida and Kiffin have spoke?
I don't know about widely known, but
I think they've spoken. I think Florida is talking to Kiffin. I also think Kiffin. And by the way, is talking is the right phrase. And that I kind of know. I do know they talked the Kiffin camp to LSU. Now, whether those conversations continue to be ongoing, I don't know. But I know he's talked to both camps, or both his camp has talked to both schools, I should say. I think that is going on.
And LSU has pending litigation against Kiffin because he didn't pay for his coffee at the meeting.
What a wild scenario that LSU is now trying to say that they didn't fire Brian Kelly, so they now can say they followed protocol by giving him a 7-day notice that they're pursuing cause. What a joke that is.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to derail you. You were talking Kiffin.
But back to Kiffin for a second. I think they're talking. Everybody has had a chance to deny it by now. If Lane Kiffin wasn't seriously considering going to another school, and frankly, let's be honest, if he wasn't seriously considering Florida, by now you would have heard one of those denials. I applaud everybody for not denying it. Florida has not denied they're pursuing him. I think it's kind of known now that Scott Strickland was not there Thursday night when Florida dropped the banner celebrating the national championship. Well, you know, Scott, that's something he would – number one, ADs don't miss that stuff anyway, but he never misses it. So, you know, he wouldn't have missed it if he wasn't doing something important. I don't know that it was a talking to Kiffin, but I do know that within that 2 or 3 day stretch, Florida talked to Kiffin. So no one's denying it. I'll give Kiffin credit. He's not denying it. He's saying, look, he said, the first thing he said was, this is what happens when you're successful. The second thing he said is, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about our football team. It couldn't be any more clear now that story is moving down. That doesn't mean he's going to go. That doesn't mean they're going to offer. But it couldn't be any more clear now that thing is really in overdrive, right? I mean, everybody's had a chance to deny it. I mean, there's been more deniability opportunities than you'll ever have, and to all of their credits, nobody has.
And if you were going to stay, wouldn't you have come to that conclusion by this point? Instead of meeting with LSU in Florida during the Citadel week, where you, as a head coach, kind of have a moment to breathe because you're playing, obviously, a 7-touchdown underdog, you know, that's the week you sign the extension. Again, just look at what's happened in Bloomington, Indiana. Kirk Cignetti signed his extension 72 hours after Penn State fired James Franklin.
Right.
I mean,
great point.
Again, you never know. I'm not saying each situation is exactly the same, but I think it's close. And, it's the Vegas boys and girls all think he's leaving. I wouldn't be surprised if that bet's taken off the board in the next 24, 48 hours because it's moved to he's minus 300 now. I mean, he's an overwhelming betting favorite.
Did you see where he's also the betting favorite yesterday to take the Giants job? Did you see that? Well,
I didn't. But
no, he's the betting favorite to take. No, I'm serious. He's the betting favorite to be the new New York Giants coach. But that's the fact. But I now have insight that you don't know. Inglewood High School's coming open. He's the betting favorite. So I didn't know if you knew.
Yeah, some jobs it's like they just don't really know yet. And like LSU, I'll give you an example. Like Nick Saban is the betting favorite to be the LSU coach.
Right.
Well, we know that's not happening.
Right.
But they don't know who to put it on. And so with Florida, it's I'll give Florida credit to this point. Now you got to get it across the goal line, but Florida, particularly compared to LSU, has done a much more buttoned up job, and it does appear that they're in really good shape to land the bell of the ball in Lane Kiffin.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Plus 600. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs also at plus 600. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen plus 750 to win his second straight MVP award. Sam Darnold of the Seattle Seahawks plus 850. Jalen Hurts of the Eagles plus 2,000. And Justin Herbert of the Chargers plus 2,200.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keystoprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Business owners, are you tired of getting the runaround from your plumbing or AC vendors? Fire them now and call Duck Duck Rooter. Duck Duck Rooter is the trusted partner for some of the largest commercial companies in Northeast Florida. From a professional accounting office that makes contracts and invoicing seamless to highly skilled field technicians who fix the problems fast, they handle it all. Make the smart move today with Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is your escape. This is your next adventure. This is Mazda, and this is Mazda at the Avenues. Lauren Brooks here. Right now, purchase any new Mazda model, and Mazda at the Avenues will match your down payment or your payments for 1 full year. Plus, every new Mazda comes with 3 years, 36,000 miles of maintenance at no additional charge to you. This is luxury, and this is the start of something new. This is Mazda at the Avenues. For complete details, call 904-430-8047.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Yo, you already know it's your main man ET, and no one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails, served over ice balls, local craft beers, and handcrafted whiskey cocktails. Rounded out with adventurous drink menus, second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree drafts. Check them out now on Atlantic and Kernan. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views. Come on, somebody.
This is Hayes Carline from my friend Holt at Harrell & Harrell. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to get everything done. Then you get injured in an accident and you don't know what you're going to do. Let Harrell & Harrell make it easy for you. Easy on becoming a client. You can just text or email if you want. Easy on finding a doctor and getting through the process. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harrell & Harrell and make it easy on yourself. Call them at 904-251-1111. That's 251-1111.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. Right now, you can get 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card and $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. It's a smart way to handle big vehicle needs like new tires, brakes, or repairs without the upfront cost. With no interest for 6 months, there's never been a better time to schedule. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
I'm with Fred from Cycles of Jacksonville. We always talk about Honda, Triumph, so many great bikes, but Aprilia from Italy is also a beautiful line.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and it is a fine sport bike. It's one that when you take your helmet off, you're never frowning. You're always smiling.
So if you want to treat yourself to something really special on the road, that's a line they should look into?
Absolutely, and we've got them in stock and ready to roll.
All right, make sure you check them out. They are on Atlantic near Regency. CyclesofJacksonville.com is a great place to go, or check out their Facebook page at Cycles of Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, Hammer Time with Hayes, driven by Kia on Atlantic. Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. Check us out at KiaOnAtlantic.com.
I'm certainly no legal scholar, but when you sign a coach to a contract and the buyout calls for $54 million and you elect to fire him because he's 34-14 and that's not good enough from a result standpoint, you can't come out 2 weeks later and say, well, we're now firing him for cause because we never formally terminated him, so basically he abandoned the job. Give me a break. I have a lot of respect for LSU as a program and what LSU can be on a football field, but it is amateur hour with how LSU has handled this entire process, and it is going to cost them in terms of how they are perceived in the world of the coaching industry and the agents that represent these coaches. You got to just pay them the money and move on.
This one's embarrassing. Here's how embarrassing this is. It's clear what they did. If you're firing him for cause, you need to tell them within 7 days. Well, they realized they blew that. So now they're going to say, well, we didn't really fire you before, so we're firing you now, and oh, by the way, it's with cause. What a joke. This is one of the most embarrassing moments honest to God, it's one of the most embarrassing moments I can remember a school having. I mean, despite everything else and firing the AD and the governor going on Pat McAfee's show and grandstanding, all that, as bad as all, this was the worst part of it. It really was, so I think you're right. All right, let's say hello to Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Rick Ballou, Rick, we got bad news today. Travis Hunter gone for the year. I wasn't shocked by it, but I feared it could happen, but it's still kind of a dagger when you hear it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was shocked because, those in the know, the Schefters and the Rappaports and what have you, told us, a week or so ago that it wasn't season ending. So somehow something happened over the past week. I don't know if it was a further MRI. Sometimes those things can be muddied or cloudy or whatever. And the surgery today. So, yeah, it's a huge blow for Jacksonville. I don't think there's any other way to state it. And, boy, it's been a rough week around here, and certainly it continues with today's news.
Well, it really was. No question. That's well said, and it certainly does continue. Bad news, no question about it. What's coming up tonight, Rick?
Well, we got all that, and I think it's a good time. I mean, it's going to be obviously a major conversation piece over the next 6 months, but we might as well get out in front of it. And until we bring in, the Chargers and start to talk about them tomorrow, just what does this organization do next? What is the game plan moving forward with Travis Hunter? And that is among the things that we will certainly take a look at tonight over the next 2 hours.
All right, Rick Ballou is in tonight. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for our program. You're going to see the Wallflowers?
Yes.
Are you?
Here we go. One headlight. All right, that's the one I know. Well, they've got the difference.
That may be more than
one headlight. That's the one I'm
looking
forward to.
That may be one more than I know. So there you go. Have a good time
you.
tonight. Thanks again to our friends here at Strings, the Firewash, and, of course, the Cohen Clinic. Come on by if you're a member of the military, active or retired. You eat free. Compliments of all those folks I just mentioned. Happy Veterans Day. You've earned that, and I mean that very sincerely. We'll be back tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. For Hayes and JJ, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.